I'd like to say this was fun, but I also don't want to lie. So, this sucks. I DoorDashed the late night shift in downtown Raleigh from 7:30 p.m. until 3 a.m. It was a Monday night and my first time dashing dinners here, so I had no idea what to expect. Let me know in the comments how much you think I made in the 7.5 hours I dashed, and I'll reveal it at the end. Homie has me driving 15 minutes for a small wonton soup. This better be a good soup. The night started off with an order from a Chinese restaurant a couple miles from my starting location. First delivery complete. Took us 10 minutes outside of the zone, so now we gotta drive 10 minutes to the nearest hotspot. I received $4.48 base pay with no tips. The next order sent me to 2 pickup locations with the same drop-off. This is a stacked order, but they're both going to the same person. So I got 2 pickups, 1 drop-off. Love to see it. This is where the money's made. I picked up a poke bowl from a Japanese restaurant and then a McDonald's order. My assumption was that I was picking up food for a parent with a child who doesn't like poke. This earned me a base pay of $7.65 with no tips. I've done 2 drop-offs already, and I'm back less than a mile from my house. Hopefully I stay in this area so I'm not driving all over North Carolina. Dude, this is a 30-minute drive. You gotta be kidding me. My third order was for Church's Chicken. I drove 5 to 10 minutes for the pickup and close to 30 minutes for the drop-off way outside of the dashing zone and what seemed like in the middle of nowhere. We're actually in the middle of nowhere. This is gonna be a fun time heading back to the zone. Okay, a little over 2 hours done. Almost at this next drop-off. The smell of all this food in my car is making me real hungry. I don't know if I'm gonna survive the whole night on the 2 peanut butter and jelly sandwiches I brought. Just finished the order all the way in Zebulon, almost 30 minutes back. This order earned me $6.33 base pay with a $2.30 tip. On my way back, I did receive another order for Zaxby's. Okay, another 30-minute drive. This is getting a little out of hand. I'm not sure what else I could do, but here we are. 30-minute drive, just about over. Almost at the delivery. The Zaxby's order was another 25-minute delivery drive and earned me $3.77 base pay with no tips. That's a Sheetz drive-through? They really do it all, huh? Almost 2.5 hours in and we've only made about $25. Not looking good. I've had like 4 orders, most of them long drives. We'll keep pushing, we'll see what happens. But man, it's rough out there. Oh, that's a new one. My next delivery was from Burger King, which was pretty quick and earned me $2.18 base pay with a $3 tip. My next order was a bit more complicated, as I'll explain in a bit. DoorDash has an option where you can shop for people in stores and use a DoorDash credit card to pay for it. Just got a CVS order. I've never done one of these before. It's about 15-20 minutes away. Let's see what it's like. Terrible order. Never doing the shopping again. First, they didn't have the right size item, so I had to contact the customer to see if they were okay with a different size item. But I wasn't able to substitute it on the app because the app didn't allow it, or it wasn't working or whatever. Then they didn't have another item, so I keep messaging the customer. Then I go to check out, my DoorDash card isn't working, maybe because the amount didn't match what it was supposed to be because of the substitutions. So I had to use my own card, my personal card. So now I have to go and request a reimbursement from DoorDash. Bad. I was probably in that store for 20 to 30 minutes or something. 0 out of 10 recommended. In total, this order earned me $11.08 with a base pay of $8.58 and a $2.50 tip. Next, I picked up a small pizza from Marco's Pizza. This order earned me $3.66 base pay with no tip. I just realized I'm in the exact same spot as I was maybe an hour ago. Picked up the Zaxby's over there. Now I'm about to pick up some pizza. Thank God this next one's just a 2-minute drive. I'm tired of these long drives. 2 minutes is long enough. There's no apartment numbers on the building, so I just took a guess. And of course I was wrong. It's the next door over. Driven 82 miles and I've only made, I think, about 40 bucks. This is not good. Let's see what happens, I guess. In case one Circle K gas station wasn't enough, you got another one across the street. I will say, while the drives are long, at least it's back-to-back orders. When I would DoorDash in the Bay Area, sometimes I'd be sitting there for an hour and getting nothing. I did have one additional delivery that I must not have recorded. It was for a restaurant called Shanghai Express. That order earned me a base pay of $6.19 with a $2 tip. Just hit midnight. I am really starting to think that this is not worth it. My scheduled dash ended, so I had to sign back up. About to pick up this order. I am hungry. It's about 12:15 a.m. What am I doing? Another 25-minute drive. Starting to get to me a little bit. My first dash of my second scheduled shift was McDonald's. This earned me a base pay of $3.82 with no tip. It's 1 a.m. Started at 7:30. Almost at the drop-off for the McDonald's order. It was a pretty close one, so thankful for that. I then received a second order from Shanghai Express, one of the only places still open around this time of night. It earned me a base pay of $4.81 with a $1.75 tip. Also not videoed was an order for a burger from a restaurant right around the corner from Shanghai Express called The Dankery. This earned me a base pay of $8.08 and no tip. I had to wait about 15 minutes to pick up because there was actually a good number of people there for it being 1:30 in the morning on a Monday night. I didn't record any of it because at this point I was getting pretty tired. This was way past my normal bedtime. I'm about 10 minutes from the drop-off to 1:49 a.m. I'm not expecting much after this. I think a lot of places tend to close at 2 a.m. so we'll see what the dead hours of the night look like. Just my luck right now. My already 25-minute drive got another 10 minutes added to it because of construction. The exit I needed to take was closed, so now it's taking me all the way around some random route. Another 20 minutes. Got a little follow the leader game going on here. Well, I was gonna do a cool shot of the clock saying 2 o'clock, but I missed it. It's 2:01. I just dropped off an order. I guess I put it at the wrong apartment number 103. Maybe it was just one building over. They called me asking where it was, but I took it to where the GPS told me to. There was an apartment 103. He was cool about it though. He said he'll go get it. It's hard to do this at night. It's so dark here. My last two orders were another McDonald's order for $2.87 base pay with a $2.50 tip, and a third order for Shanghai Express for $9.41 base pay with a 50-cent tip. Just got the third order for Shanghai Express tonight. What are they putting in that food? Bro, it's having me drop off so close to my apartment. I'll be there around 2:25. Makes me want to just go home. Alright, it's 2:30. Hopefully it starts slowing down a bit. It's sort of been non-stop order after order since I started, really. No more than, I don't know, 2 minutes of sitting, maybe a few minutes of driving. My last drop-off left me about a mile from my house, so while I was still logged on, I did drive to my house as it was approaching 3 a.m. and my scheduled dash was about to end. While it was late and I was getting pretty tired, I did enjoy driving the empty streets at night. It gives you a new perspective of a city without the hustle and bustle and without getting road rage, which I may or may not have been guilty of in a former life. It's a relaxing feeling for me getting to drive at night in weather warm enough to roll your window down. I think the traffic lights are what bothered me most about the drives, having to stop at a red light when there's no cars driving through the intersection. If the drives were shorter or with less stop and go, I could probably do this all night. Will I do this again? I want to say no, but maybe I'll try Uber Eats next time to see how that goes. Just wanted to talk a little bit about my experience DoorDashing here versus what I'm used to in the Bay Area. In the Bay Area, DoorDash specifically was actually oversaturated with dashers. I was sitting in a parking lot in a hot spot and I would see like 5 or 10 dashers just sitting around outside waiting for an order. Sometimes I'd be sitting for an hour and not get anything, even in a hot spot on a Friday night at dinner time. Nothing. So here, at least I was getting things back to back. I didn't have much downtime, but the pay is a lot less here. Maybe just a few dollars for an order and low tip, if any. In the Bay Area, there tended to be higher tips and the base pay was pretty good too. So definitely a new experience for me. Uber Eats, on the other hand, in the Bay Area, the drives were actually longer. I haven't done Uber Eats here yet. Maybe I'll give that a try. Hopefully it would be better than this, but yeah, I mean, it's been an experience. It's just about 3 o'clock. I am pretty tired. I've driven so much. I think between 150 to 200 miles since I started dashing. I'd like to say this was fun, but I also don't want to lie. So, thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed a little behind the scenes of DoorDashing. Let me know in the comments if you would want to see me try Uber Eats or another DoorDash shift.